Hi, my name is Melissa Zambrano. I am a medical student. I am in 5th semester, and in this moment I'm going to talk about design and implementation of available parking sensors monitored in real time. Intelligent parking systems. The objective of intelligent parking systems is to help drivers find parking place efficiently through information and communication technologies. While the initial idea has been proposed 10 years ago, the last 5 years have been more and more intelligent parking systems.
The available parking sensor system helps enhance driver awareness by detecting objects close to the vehicle while parking. The parking sensor system button is located to the left of the steering column. Press the button to turn the system on or off. There are sensors in all 4 corners of the vehicle that can detect objects within about 24 inches. A rear center sensor can detect objects within about 43 inches. The system operates at speeds below 5 miles per hour. When in reverse, the rear-view camera image in the display audio can be set to indicate close objects in 2 ways. In the normal view, front indicators appear in the upper right corner and rear indicators along the bottom of the screen. Touch the split screen tab and an overhead graphic of the vehicle appears on the right showing the scanned areas around the vehicle. Visual and audible alerts are issued when objects are detected. When the rear center sensors detect objects between 43 and 24 inches from the vehicle, the indicator turns yellow and a moderate beeping occurs. When any sensor detects an object within 24 to 18 inches, the indicators turn amber and the beeping becomes quicker. Objects between 18 and 14 inches trigger an even quicker beeping. And when objects are 14 inches or less from the sensors, the beeping becomes a continuous tone. The indicators turn red and a warning message appears on the screen. When towing a trailer, it might be desirable to turn the rear sensors off. To do so, make sure the ignition is off. Press and hold the parking sensor button and turn the ignition on. Keep holding the parking sensor button for about 10 seconds and release it when the button blinks. A beeper will sound. Press the button again and the indicator in the button will go off. The rear sensors will then be turned off. To turn them back on, repeat this procedure. The parking sensor system may not sense all objects, especially those that are quite thin or positioned very low. And the system may not work properly in excessively hot or cold weather, when the sensors are covered by mud, dirt, or snow, or when the vehicle is on an uneven surface. And the system can be affected by devices that emit ultrasonic waves.
Objective of the study. Now the size of market we want to cover, shopping centers, university, campus, etc. Now the prefers and expectations to the target market. The quantity that the buyers are willing to offer of a certain price depends mainly to their production cost. Materials: resistance LED, Arduino Jump, sensors SRF02, LCD display, and cardstock. current market situation. The market of the parking lots is a monetary signs that are currently several common parking lots, for example, Centro Comercial San Marino, Malecon 2000's parking lot in the sectors that have the greatest attendance in different areas.
It sure seems like this was a very V-shaped bottom. Should we believe the bounce that we saw for the major markets yesterday?
Well, I think it is a continuation of the trend. You know, little jitters like we had last week and sharp downturns, mini corrections are normal in bull markets. The problem is people still remembering the ghosts of 2008 and they think, is this it? Is this the big one? But all they need to do is continue to look at the earnings reports. And we saw a lot of earnings reports yesterday that were terrific, and those aren't going to stop. So I think the bull market is continuing. Sure, it's a little long in the tooth, and that does cause some concern, but the underpinning for the sound economy and strong earnings are here, and we don't see that changing.
So Mark, as we talk about these strong earnings, we are expecting 20% plus earnings growth again, maybe around that 7 and 9% sales growth. Is that enough in a market that sits close to record highs to continue this bull run that we've seen all the way back to 2009?
Well, it's an expectations game, and you make a good point. A lot of the good news is behind it, and how do we have that continued earnings growth rate next year? We may need another catalyst, but we may get one. We don't know if we're going to have an end to this tariff talk, or if we may even get an infrastructure spending bill. But if we get another catalyst for next year, we could see a move like this. Otherwise, moves up in single digits, low double digits, that's nothing to sneeze at for the investor.
Mark, is the economy strong enough for this overall? We've mentioned earnings. The backdrop for corporate earnings is good. We're at multi-decade low unemployment. Everybody seems to be working. We know that that's not truly the case, but you get the idea. The macroeconomic picture is solid, but not gangbusters. So can that be enough from a bigger picture standpoint to keep this environment going as well?
I think it's enough to keep a slow, steady upward trend with interim volatility like we saw earlier this week. You mentioned the underpinnings. The consumer is strong. Debt levels are down relative to 2008. Earnings growth is approaching 3% year over year, and the job market is tight. Ask any employer looking to hire people what they're having to pay relative to previous years, and they're going to tell you it's a tight job market. None of that are underpinnings for an economic recession, and recessions and the Fed are the two reasons to worry about stocks. Right now, the Fed is talking tough, but it's measured hikes, and the recessions are not in the cards. So we think this could continue into 2019.
All right, so it's fair to say that you're bullish. We did see a lot of bullish price action yesterday in certain sectors, in particular in certain industry groups. I think mainly large cap technology, certainly semiconductor stocks, and social media stocks that have been beaten up as well. Are there opportunities that are more attractive to you given the recent pullback that we've seen?
Well, the market's rewarding top-line revenue growth, and they're punishing slow growers. Look at the disparity between Netflix and IBM yesterday. That's all you need to see between new tech and old tech. The market wants to see revenue growth. Where the money is also going, though, are value stocks. I think you're going to see a slight rotation into some of the underloved financials. If we have a strong economy like I think we do, there's no reasons for financials to be wallowing at these levels, and we think their earnings reports justify a little more attention to them.
There are many places where the parking service is provided, but the point of your project to have a great stage of ground is mainly in the modernization part where the client will not have to wait a long lines to park.